Welcome back to the Localist SD, and if you are a small business owner, there's money on the table that could be yours. We're sitting down with a local tax attorney to find out who's eligible. Skip, it is so nice to have you in the studio because last time I saw you, we were at your winery in Oceanside. How's everything going at Coomber?
It's going very well. We're having a blast. We're about to open our second winery in downtown Vista next to Miko Sushi there.
Okay, well, you and I could talk about wine forever. I love your wine. Something I'm not as well versed in, taxes. It is tax season, and as a tax attorney, there's a lot of stuff we all need to be aware of, especially business owners, employers. So tell me what we need to know.
Okay, this is an absolute last moment thing. There was a lifetime opportunity for employers. It was created in the CARES Act. It was called the Employee Retention Tax Credit Program. Employers have until April 15th only to file their documents and receive up to $21,000 per 2021 W-2 employee. But this is, I feel terrible that so many people are going to miss out on this valuable opportunity. So that's why I'm with you today, to let people know they have to contact us today if they want to try and get this in by next week, April 15th.
Okay, so everybody at home, keep your eyes on the screen because we're going to have a QR code that pops up to make contacting Skip really easy. But to just give people some context about how important this is, this dates back to the pandemic when employees stayed on payroll. So who really qualifies for this?
So this was created in the CARES Act. They did the PPP and they did the ERTC. Businesses that have had 500 or fewer employees in 2019 are considered a small business, and that qualifies. And then they had to have W-2 employees in the first 3 quarters of 2021, and they had to qualify one of 2 ways. There was a misconception that you had to lose money to qualify. In fact, I thought for my winery initially, before I dug into this, I thought that I didn't qualify because we didn't lose money. And so we do that test. We call that the gross receipts test. And we compare the quarters, and there's an equation. But more importantly, what people don't know about is what we call the government orders test. Congress said, we're going to reward you for keeping your employees on payroll during COVID because we don't want the country to shut down. And you can qualify either by the gross receipts test or if government orders interfere with your operations. So the mandates of distancing, restaurants had to move tables apart. For a while, they couldn't eat inside bars. All kinds of, couldn't have break rooms, those type of things. You had to sanitize and you had to shut early so that you could properly sanitize. Those type of orders, state, county, city, or the health department will qualify you for this up to $21,000 per employee.
Okay, I'm so glad you said that number again because I'm like, I want to make sure I heard this right because that's a lot of money, $21,000 per employee. That could be life-changing for a lot of small businesses, so it's heartbreaking to think some people may lose out on that.
That's why I'm here with you this last day. I just had a client that received 2 checks totaling like $3.2 million. There's another one to come. So there's just, it's truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Okay, so somebody scans this QR code, they get in touch with you. What can they expect? What does this consultation process look like when you're dealing with someone?
It'll be a very short conversation, and we'll find out information about them. We'll explain the program in detail if they need it, and then they're going to spend about half an hour to an hour gathering a few documents for us. They upload them into a secure portal. We confirm that they qualify. We process the numbers. We will create the 941X, which is their amendment of their 941s, and we'll send them to the IRS after they sign them.
Okay, wonderful. Well, call Skip and then go enjoy a glass of wine at one of the 2 wineries.
Great. Thank you so much. Great to see you again, Ashley.
You too.